Привет, друзья! G'day guys, welcome to another Soviet lens reviews video. Today I'm going to be running through what my top 3 recommendations are for Soviet lenses on the cheap in 2023. So let's jump into it. Okay guys, I've got them laid out here and the keen-eyed amongst you might be able to pick which lenses these are, but in particular this first one. And before I jump into the lenses, I wanted to give you a bit of a run through of my methodology. So I was thinking, you know what, let's avoid the Helioses, let's go into some Soviet lenses on the cheap that you may not already own. Now in doing that, of course, well, I couldn't go past the one ubiquitous Soviet lens that I really do think everyone should have, and is also the most affordable Soviet lens out there on the market at the moment. And that brings me to my number 3 recommendation. If you do not have it already, the Industar 52 50mm f3.5. This is number 3 spot for me because it is a lens that I really do think everyone, whether you have an interest in Soviet lenses or whether you just want a fun little vintage pancake lens, I really think you should look at picking one of these up. So they're only around about the 40 Australian dollar mark. On eBay still at the moment, you can get one in fantastic condition. I mean, millions and millions of these were made. Of course, it is based off a Carl Zeiss Tessar design, and that eagle eye optical formula and sharpness really shines through with this lens, and that's why I think you should pick one up. Not only is it a super portable lens, super cheap, but also it is super sharp. And you know, with the 50mm focal length, you can definitely get yourself some nice kind of subject landscapes. I have as well. And with the help of AI resizing, you can blow this up. I've got an A2 photo frame full of a print that I made with this lens, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. So the Industar 52, definitely a solid recommendation in the number 3 spot from me. Next up though, my number 2 recommendation is actually the Mir 24N, the Nikon mount variant of this, which is the Mir 24M. Now, both the M and the N variants, they're the exact same lens, the exact same optics inside and optical design. It's just that the Mir 24N is made for the Nikon mount, which is of course still very adaptable to today's modern mirrorless cameras. I could put it on my Nikon Z6 with the F to Z adapter very, very easily. And why I recommend the Mir 24N, it is maybe slightly more on the expensive side. It's closer to the 200 Australian dollar mark, but you can definitely find copies going for about $150 or below. Now that's not including shipping, I should say, but it is a really, really versatile, fun lens to use. So it's a 35mm lens f2, and what that means is that you're going to be able to get some really fantastic bokeh with this lens, coupled with the very short minimum focusing distance of 30 centimeters. It really is a bokeh monster. And you know, this lens, whatever variant you've got of the Mir 24, it really shines in videos. So I think this recommendation in particular goes out to any video makers out there that want to pick themselves up a cheap, you know, $150 to $200 lens that really, really shines when you're doing kind of subject videography and when you need some bokeh in your shots, and in particular when you need some 3D pop, because I have not used a Soviet lens that has more 3D pop than the Mir 24. So go out there, get yourself a nice 35mm f2. You will not be disappointed with it. Now, number 3, my third and final recommendation that comes in at the top spot is actually the MC Zenit M. Now, I've got the Zenit ME1 here. I'm not recommending you pick up this. This is not a cheap lens whatsoever, but the Zenit M, which is the much more mass manufactured version of this lens, has the exact same optics inside. It's got the same multi-coating, it's got the same 50mm f1.7 aperture, and it's really definitely one that you should pick up if you're looking for a lens that's more of a modern feel than the Helioses. You know, it doesn't quite have as much of that vintage sort of cast to it. The colors super neutral and look very, very modern on modern digital cameras. As well as that, the f1.7 aperture, this lens is razor sharp at f1.7 in the center of the frame as well. So if you get yourself a MC Zenit M, remember not the ME1 version, the MC Zenit M, you can pick one of those up for not much more than about 120 Australian dollars plus shipping these days. And with all of the Soviet lenses that I'm talking about today, you've also got to remember that there will be times on eBay in particular that you can find a lens listed for a lot lower than its market rate. Someone just wants to get rid of their lens, they want to sell it quick, and it might come in 20 bucks, 30 bucks. I've had it even 50 bucks or 100 bucks below what their market rate is. But there you go. So they are my 3 lenses that I would recommend you to pick up on the cheap if you're looking to dive into Soviet lenses in 2023, or if you're just looking to add a few new cheap lenses to the collection. But let me know, guys, if you wanted to see a different lens in this lineup, or do you have any favorite Soviet cheap optics that I should know about? Drop a comment down below, and yeah, let me know for next time. But until then, remember to subscribe to Soviet Lens Reviews on YouTube. Till next time, I'll see you then.